Rachna Bansal, your science teacher. Today I am going to start second chapter Acid, Bases and Salts from your NCERT book. Students, this chapter is divided into 4 parts. In the first part, I will deal with the acids and bases, their physical properties. In the second part, I will deal with the chemical properties of acids and bases, while in the third part, I will discuss about formation of dilute acids and pH scale. And in the fourth part, I will discuss salts and their preparation. So students, let's begin the chapter. Students, we study a lot of compounds in chemistry. It is very difficult to learn all of them. So to make their study easier, compounds have been divided into some groups. For example, acid, bases and salts. Now, to begin with acids. Students, we eat many fruits and vegetables in our daily life which are sour in taste, like tomatoes, lemon, oranges, raw mangoes, apples, tamarind, etc. These are all sour in taste. Why? These are sour in taste due to presence of an acid in them. So we can say acids are the substances which are sour in taste. But students, if you go in a science lab and start tasting all the solutions, all the compounds kept there, then what will happen? It will be dangerous to taste them. They will harm you. They can burn you. Even a person can die. So, the concept of detecting an acid with the help of taste is not considered. So, to check whether a substance is acidic or basic, we have another concept, that is indicators. What are indicators? Indicators are those substances which change their color or odor in different types of substances like acids and bases. There are 3 types of indicators. Number 1, natural indicators. Number 2, synthetic indicators. And number 3, olfactory indicators. First, we will discuss natural indicators. Students, there are 2 types of natural indicators, litmus and turmeric. First of all, what are natural indicators? Natural indicators are obtained from plants. For example, lichen. For example, litmus. Litmus is obtained from an algae plant, lichen. It is a purple dye, but it is available in 2 forms, blue litmus and red litmus in our science lab. When blue litmus is added to an acidic solution, its color changes to red, while when red litmus is added to a basic solution, its color changes to blue. So, litmus can be used to indicate whether a substance is acidic or base. Second natural indicator is turmeric, which is known as haldi. It is yellow in color. It retains its yellow color in acidic solutions, but its color changes to reddish brown in case of basic solutions. It can be seen in your daily life. When the food substance containing haldi or turmeric falls on your clothes, it becomes yellow. When we apply soap solution on this patch, it becomes reddish brown. Why? It is due to the presence of a base in soap solution. Soaps are basic in nature. So, turmeric changes its color from yellow to reddish brown in case of basic solutions. Now come to second category of indicators, that is synthetic indicators. Synthetic indicators are chemical substances. These are available in two forms in our labs. Number 1, methyl orange. Number 2, phenolphthalein. Methyl orange is orange in color, but when it is added in acidic solution, its color changes to red. While in basic solutions, its color changes to yellow. Now, phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is a colorless solution. When it is added in acidic solution, its color remains the same. That means there is no change in color in acidic solution. But when phenolphthalein is added in basic solution, its color changes to pink. Hence, with the help of these two synthetic indicators, we can detect whether a substance is acidic or basic. Now come to third type of indicator, that is olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators are those substances which change their odor or smell in different substances. For example, we can take onion extract, vanilla essence and clove oil as olfactory indicators. These indicators retain their characteristic smell in case of acids, while in case of basic solutions, their smell vanishes or it is lost. This can be understood by an activity. Take finely chopped onions and keep them in a plastic bag along with some clean strips of cotton cloth. Tie the bag tightly and keep it in fridge overnight. Next day, take out the bag, open it and take out strips and smell them. You will feel some characteristic smell in that strips. Now, apply bases like NaOH or acid separately on these strips. You will see that in case of acid, the strips will give characteristic smell, but the strips with bases will lose their characteristic smell of onion. It will be lost. So by this activity, you can understood that olfactory indicators can also be used to detect whether a substance is acidic or basic, and you can perform it at your home also. Okay. Now, the latest concept of defining an acid was given by Arrhenius. According to this concept, acids are those substances which dissociates into hydrogen ions in aqueous solution. Hydrogen ions, being unstable, cannot exist alone. It reacts with water and produces hydronium ion. So, now we can define an acid as acid are those substances which dissociate into hydronium ions in aqueous solutions. Okay. Now, similarly, bases were defined. Bases dissociates into hydroxide ions in an aqueous solution. For example, NaOH is a base. In an aqueous solution, it will dissociate into Na plus and OH ions. Other examples of bases are potassium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, etc. And examples of acids are hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, phosphoric acid, acetic acid, and so on. Students, now classification of acids. Students, acids are classified into three categories. Number 1, organic acids and mineral acids. Number 2, strong acids and weak acids. Number 3, concentrated acid and dilute acids. Now, what are organic acids and mineral acids? Organic acids are those substances which are derived from plants and animals. For example, oxalic acid present in tomato, citric acid present in lemon and oranges, tartaric acid present in tamarind, etc. While mineral acids, these are derived from minerals. For example, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, etc. Now, what are strong acid and weak acid? Strong acids are those acids which dissociates into hydrogen ions completely in an aqueous solution. They completely ionizes in water. Okay, like HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, etc. These are strong acids. They give hydrogen ions completely into water. Now, what are weak acids? Weak acids dissociates partially in water. They do not ionize completely into water. So they are weak acids, for example, acetic acid. Now come to the third type, that is concentrated acid and dilute acid. Concentrated acid means more amount of acid with less amount of water. While dilute acids, more amount of water and less amount of acids. Okay, students. So now I think you have understood the concept of acids and bases. You can say now acids are sour in taste, turn blue litmus to red, corrosive in nature, and they give hydrogen ions in water. While bases are bitter in taste, turns red litmus blue, they are soapy to touch. Okay, now in the next class we will discuss about the chemical properties of acids and bases. Thank you.